Welcome back on the AM show. It's time now for a conversation around the commissioning of 124 new housing units for the people of Appiatse. Yesterday, the Vice President and some other government officials commissioned new housing units for the community that was destroyed 2 years ago by an explosion. On phone with me this morning to get into the conversation is the MCE for Pristiahoni Valley, Isaac Dasmani. Isaac Dasmani, welcome to the program. A day after the commissioning of these 124 new housing units for the residents of Appiatse, how does it feel?
Good morning, and thank you for having me. And let me take the opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to His Excellency the Vice President for gracing the occasion, all the ministers and the people who gathered in Appiatse yesterday just to commission the 104 housing units for the people of Appiatse. Well, I can say that yesterday, in fact, the whole place was led by them, where much about the first batch or the first of the 104 groups that were handed over to Appiatse.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Right.
Yes.
I lost you for a second. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm saying that yesterday the whole atmosphere was electrified, and a lot of people, the people of Appiatse, were happy. I mean, at least if you see the kind of work that we've done over the 2 years and what we have now, and then I think 124 rooms that we commissioned, including the other peripheral areas that we've given the money to the owners for repairs and all of that. So in actual sense, the 124 is a core Appiatse, and then we also had about 48 more of the new areas that has been rehabilitated in addition to that.
Right. Now, this comes obviously as a relief to the residents, but there's been some concerns that some of these residents have raised. First, the issue of compensation. 14 lives were lost, 170 people injured, and these persons are asking for some sort of financial compensation, even in addition to the new housing units. How is that not justified?
But please, yeah, I mean, it's just step by step. This one has to do with their housing unit, because that is where initially they were agitating for, and people contributed that we should build the houses for them. So my concentration basically has been getting their houses for them. I think the compensation and all those things is a civil issue that we are working on it. Some of the cases are in the hands of some lawyers and all of that. So I think when we get there, the public will also know about that.
So there will be some compensation for these residents? Is that what you're saying?
No, for that one, it's a civil issue. So I cannot emphatically say that, because we'll pursue it, and once we get to that point, automatically they will be compensated.
Okay, could you walk me through the procedure or the mechanism for distributing the housing units to these residents? How does an individual or a family get one unit of these?
Yes, when the whole incident happened, we took a data from the same Appiatse people. You know, almost all the mud houses were collapsed. Those were thatch houses because of the shock and other things. So we just have to take a data from the people. And through that, we got 124 households. And the households, some of them have to do with 1 bedroom, and then 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, 5 bedroom, up to about 6 bedrooms. So that is how the data works. So maybe if it is 1 bedroom, how many of the 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, how many of the 2 bedroom, 3 bedrooms, how many of them are 3 bedrooms? So we took all data before we arrived at the 124. Now that we have even finished, even before we even get into shares, some people already know that they already have the owners because of the number of bedrooms and engagements that we have done with the community. So the month ahead, what we are going to do is that we have a community engagement, and then we engage them, and then we'll start handing over the keys to them gradually. So by the close of the month, we should get that work done, so that, I mean, they will all be some time that they are going to move into the place.
Let's talk about the durability. Even before durability, some of the concerns are that these rooms are a tad bit too tiny for the residents. Have you heard of such complaints, and how do you respond to them?
But my sister, have you also come there to also verify it? Because some of these complaints...
Well, I don't need to get there before I can hear some of the concerns that the residents are hearing. I'm only asking if you've heard them because you're the MC and to respond to those.
The question is, what is the size of the room? What is the standard size of a room? And I'm sure this case has been resolved long time before they even started constructing the room. The issue that came up, was taken into consideration, and then everything has been resolved before they even took off, initially.
A sword was, the Vice President also cut sword for the second phase, that is the construction of 70 more...
The third phase.
Right. Additional 70 units. What timelines are you working with? When should we expect that to also be completed?
Sure, it's also going to start as soon as possible. But, construction has its own time limit. So, once, we start, we'll give you the actual time that they are going to finish. But I think that within the next 1 year, we should be able to finish that.
In a year? Do you have a sense of the...
I'm saying that...
Finish, yeah. Go ahead.
I'm saying that within a year, we should be able to finish that.
So in the meantime, the people who do not get one of these 124 units, how do they live?
No, but we are already housing them. The new area, the block houses that we have that were given to us by the Future Global Resources, we roof all of them, about 90%. So we are housing about 90% of the people. So what we've decided is that once we move the 124 to the new place, and then those who have also repaired their houses, that money has already been given to them. Once they finish, there will be a lot of spaces where they are staying now, so that those whose houses are now going to be constructed will also move in. Some of them are already there, but those probably who are renting somewhere can also come in there and then probably also wait for us to finish.
Are there any measures in place to ensure that this disaster does not revisit the people of Appiatse?
Come again?
Are there any mechanisms or measures in place to prevent another disaster of the sort from happening again? What are the security measures that you've put in place?
For this one, we can say that we knew where the source of the explosion, and the measures had already been taken, because these days when you see that they are transporting the chemicals, they transport it visibly with escort and all of that. So in that area, I think the appropriate authorities have taken measures against all the companies that are transporting such product. That is one of the good signs. So that now when they are transporting it, people are aware about the content of the product. Hitherto, that when they are sending it, probably people might not even know the content. But for now, we can see that people knew the content of some of the product they are transporting now with the escort vehicles and all of that. And then we are also doing the sensitization about, not only Appiatse, that when some of these incidents happen, the way people rush to the scene and all of that. So it's part of the package that we started dealing with them, and then also talking to them and making sure that some of these incidents doesn't happen again.
All right, hold for me, Isaac. Let me now bring in Dako Mensah, Kwabenochre Dako Mensah, the regional minister who joins us also on phone. Welcome to the program. Can you give me a sense of the total cost of these 124 new housing units that have been built for the people of Appiatse?
You know that this is an ongoing project. The initial investment was $5 million, and additional ones have been evident. So we'll give you the details when.
Did you say the initial one was $5 million? I thought that was just the fine to the mining company.
The fine was $60 million. The fine was $60 million. So we use $5 million for this project. Others have also contributed.
Yes.
That will be done by the finance committee, who can give you the final figure.
So you don't have any sense at all of how much has been used so far? Because hold on for me a second, hold on. As at March 2023, Dr. Joyce Ayi revealed that the fund had collected 62 million Ghana cedis. And so a year on, you should have a sense of how much you've spent out of that total fund that's been collected, or?
Yes, I agree with you, but it would be good for us to give you a proper final figure so that we don't speak at different purposes on the same figure.
Okay, I was just speaking to Isaac about the issue of compensation. Do you have plans to actually compensate some of these residents, even though you've built new housing units to accommodate them?
You know that this is an...
I lost you there for a second. If you could start over again.
And usually that is the person that caused the problem. That is the patient, not government. Not government.
Mr. Chodako, can you hear me?
Yeah,
all right, I lost you for a second. So reposition and then start again.
Okay. Payments of compensation are usually paid by the people that have the problem. And I know that lawyer Obriabwa is working with some of the victims to ask for compensation from the company that has the problem. So that's on their own private or civil suit or arrangement that they are working. But it's not government's responsibility to take compensation. Government help with other programs to support them to proceed in their own life. As in, when it comes to the safety, usually paid by the corporate, not government.
I really struggled to hear you. Can you just repeat the final bit of what you said?
What I'm saying is that government is not responsible for paying compensation.
Right.
It's not government that causes this problem yet.
So that means that's a no. These people are not going to get any fiscal compensation.
They are at liberty. They are at liberty to seek for compensation from the company that caused the problem.
All right. Well, they're also saying that the garden city that was promised is not what we are seeing on our screens now. Is it still work in progress, or this is the best that you're doing for the people of Appiatse?
Oh, I think that planting trees is a straightforward thing, and we can always plant at any time in the program, because trees don't grow a day. So we can always put in the plant. Already, they have a lot of eco-technology that has been employed there. For them to rain harvest system has been put there for them to harvest the rain and water to use for their household chores. So we'll put in a lot. And then if you look at the technology that we have also employed, it has a cooling effect. So people don't necessarily have to put in air condition in this new developed town.
The communication around this new housing unit that's been built for Appiatse is always saying that the government has done this thanks to the vice presidents. But we know that individuals, statesmen, banks, even Goyle PLC donated some huge amount of money to the disaster support fund. Have all these key players been given the due credit for the work or their contribution to rebuilding?
We've done so, but you should understand leadership. It takes leadership to mobilize all these resources. Okay? I was in Takrady. I was calling all the companies to support in the name of His Excellency the Vice President and the President when he came. But it's the leadership that has been shown by His Excellency the President, who actually nominated the Vice President to visit and take care of it. Is what we are talking about. I mean, when we went there, the leadership that has been shown by the Minerals Commission was also espoused. I on numerous occasions, also engineered the plan. Ibrahim, when he brought up the price, I've done. We have thanked Jensa. You understand? We have thanked oil. I mean, on numerous. So nobody can. And on the commission, we are all direct to the national corp. Well, and the local to that the local level also do their own to also acknowledge. I mean, the site was done by local companies. So a lot of people have made their contribution, and at different times a day.
Mr. Chodako, unfortunately, your line is not very clear. I'm going to have to let you go now. But if you can try again, I'll let you have I'll let you have some final words. Just one last try.
Okay. first and foremost, I would like to thank Almighty God that will come this far with Appiatse. I also like to thank the president for giving the directives to rebuild the town. And I also like to thank the vice president who was put in charge of the agenda of bringing back the town. He came to even announce to us that we're going to rebuild Appiatse. I also like to thank all the donors, both local in the Western region and national, for supporting us, and all the committee members chaired by Honorable Benito Owusu for the work they did. My own MCE, Dr. Dasmani, Barbara Otinjesi, and all those who physically, continuously supported this program to come to this conclusion. I'm grateful, and the Western region is also grateful to everybody for supporting us, including the media men that put out the information and kept promoting the rehabilitation and the rebuilding of Appiatse Township.
All right, thank you. Kwabena Chidaku-Mensah is a Western Regional Minister. Thanks for joining us. Isaac Dasmani, if you're still with me, you can have your final words and then we can wrap it up.
Yes, as my regional minister said, let me also reiterate that they are the people that contributed. There's a placard at the Memorial Park that shows all the names on the placard to show that these people also contributed. So we want to extend our gratitude to all of them, and then we thank them that at least the work is still ongoing. So if anybody still wants to come into Appiatse, you are welcome.
Thank you, Isaac Dasmani, the DCE for Prestea Honey Valley, where the Appiatse community, the new community, is. But that's how we're wrapping up for this belt of the conversation. There's still more to come. You don't want to go away. Stay with us.